Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einem weiteren Interview hier mit einer Spezialität. Es ist ein Nordamerikaner, ein kanadischer Faze-Fan, der hier seine Passion wird vertreten für sein Land, für den Twist, hier in Paris. Wir werden jetzt reingehen in wieso sich das entwickelt. So, Canada, you don't have that many players that are in, let's say, the top tier. There's not that many teams. So why did you choose Faze over maybe Liquid? What was the passion that you or that got you into it? Was it the wins? Was it more like from the OG days, from like 2012, 2013 COD days? What got you into Faze?
It was a relatively weird transition. I never really had a favorite team after the Envious era died. And so Twist moved to Liquid, and Twist is my favorite player, and I was just like, yeah, I love Faze. I love the storyline around Kerrigan and being the best IGL. I love Twists. I've always liked Rain, and so it all just kind of worked out. And obviously, they're a fantastic team and great to watch most of the time.
So we have a tough game to cheer for tomorrow. Do you think Faze can beat that first hurdle of Heroic? I know this. It's the hardest hurdle they can choose after their Cinderella run here in Paris, with all the last chance qualified challenger stage, and also now with the legend stage. Do you think they are that team? They have that power, that will to face and beat Heroic in that best of three tomorrow in the quarterfinals?
I think first of all, it makes the best story. From last chance qualifier, just scraping through and struggling through the challenger stage and the legend stage to win it all would be amazing. But I also think they absolutely have the ability, they have the power, they have the players. I mean, Rops, Brokey, Twist, all absolute studs, and Rain's a big game player. They absolutely can do it. I'm just worried about them starting slow, but in fairness, it's the end of the tournament, and I think they can see the finish line, and I think they'll win it.
Okay. So you're in the same copier as myself.
Oh, yeah.
So I would also really like to know, how did you get into CS? Because I know North American CS after the Boston major, NA had a lot of struggles after the Cloud9 broke up. That whole EG, NRG, complexity era. How did you get into CS? How is the NA CS you enjoy nowadays? How is that whole story for you?
I think I've never really been the biggest fan of NACS because it's always been a struggle. But I started playing Counter-Strike when I was like 13, like 7 years ago. And I just picked it up as a shooter that I could play on my computer that was a little more competitive than something like Call of Duty or Battlefield. And I just loved it. I mean, it was fantastic. And I have 10,000 hours now. And yeah, I mean, the NA scene, it's something that's always nice. Like, I mean, if Liquid makes the grand final, I might have to change stripes.
It will, yeah. For especially for the Americans, even if it's probably a late game,
exactly.
It's going to be a big hype.
But you know, yeah, the Cloud9 major was spectacular, a fluke, but spectacular. And it's always nice to see North America do good, especially since it struggles so much. But I mean, I'm Faze all the way.
Okay. So, is there anything you want to say to Swiss broadcast why your team, Faze, is the team to support? Because Swiss were pretty neutral. Is there anything you say from passion, from the heart, from all the hard times that you want to say? This is why you should choose Faze as your team to support in the Tier 1 or in the big tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Swiss are neutral, and Faze are an international team. There's no two players from the same nation, and so they're absolutely the team for the Swiss, and they are the most exciting team to watch. They have the ups and downs, and they have the pure skill to make every game exciting.
So, thank you very much for that interview. It was a pleasure to also have the North American representation. I really enjoyed that. I see there's not that many North American Faze fans that I know that are not into Call of Duty, especially more into CS or tactical shooters. So it was really a big pleasure, and thank you very much for being here with me.
Pleasure's mine. Thanks.